folks, how are you? This is Monday the 8th of July 2019. We've just arrived at Galway in our B&B, what's it called?
Amber Lodge.
Amber Lodge. We were in a different room at the other side. Apparently it's divided into two houses or two buildings or something. We're in another room and apparently it was too small, so I decided to change into a different room. Apparently the other room is very small, so the other room we're in now, it's a lot bigger, as you can see with the camera around. And it's a lot larger, it's more spacious, and it's in a separate house, separate building but it is part of the B&B. But we left the apartment around roughly 12:45 this afternoon, and we were on the road for how long did we were on the road before we stopped?
An hour and a half or so.
An hour and a half on the road before we stopped. We went to a place called
Moat.
What?
Moat.
Moat.
M-O-A-T-E.
And we went to a coffee shop or some kind of cafe. I had a nice vegetable soup and a wine, a panini. A wine panini and a nice vegetable soup. Liam had a scone and a coffee, and we were there for about an hour, about half an hour, something like that. And we went back. We were there about before 3 o'clock, 3 o'clock. We left there about 3 o'clock, and we went back on the road again. And we were back. We arrived here about 4:15 this afternoon. So we're not here that long now. So what time is it now?
No, 5 to 5.
It's about 5 to 5, so we were on the road roughly about three and a half hours.
Yeah.
3.5 hours today, roughly. And it's beautiful weather. It's up in the 20s, 20 Celsius, roughly 12 over 20s, so over the 20 Celsius mark. And it's beautiful, lovely, glorious day. It's really warm. It's actually quite warm today. You can probably see I'm in my bare feet. I had to take my shoes off. My feet were killing me. So I hope you can excuse my bare feet, folks. My feet were tired and I wore my shoes all day, so I hope you can excuse my bare feet in the video. I was tired. It's a very long day. It was a very long day's travelling as well. So in the car all day as well, it takes its toll on you as well. And we're just having a cup of tea and coffee here, so in a while we may go up to look around Ayr Square. Apparently the B&B doesn't serve breakfast. You have to go to a cafe or something up there somewhere to have a breakfast in the morning, and as well, which is unusual for a B&B because normally you expect a B&B to serve breakfast. But
So it's called B&B for bread and breakfast.
It's called bread and breakfast, and yet this B&B doesn't serve breakfast, which is unusual.
It's B&B.
Yeah, and it's probably the first time I've ever went to a B&B that didn't serve breakfast. It's unusual. Why would you call it bed and breakfast? You know, why would they call it that when they don't even serve breakfast? It's a bit stupid if you don't mind me saying, but whatever. But the guy that's looking after us, his name is Igor, and he's from Croatia, is it? Croatia. He's actually a very nice gentleman, lovely gentleman, so he is. Very, 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 very helpful and stuff like that. He's very, very helpful. And he's a nice man. So we had a lovely chat with him as well. I was telling him about my lovely meeting with Winx's trainer in the stud. I was telling him about the stud and all that, and I was telling him I had an appointment in the horse tracking on Wednesday in the stables stables here in Galway. Keep the name of it now.
My Cullen.
What?
My Cullen.
My Cullen stables. And I was asking was he into horses. He said he did a bit of riding, or he thinks it's good exercise. But I was telling him about my meeting with Winx's trainer, and he said that her trainer came into the stud, and he was very amazed by my story. He's actually kind of he said, "Oh, you look at things." He's actually very very fascinated about my story and stuff like that. Or he's actually. I sounded a little bit jealous. Sounded a little bit jealous when I told him the story, but however, he said so that was actually an amazing experience. I told him, but he saw my cap. I showed him the autograph in my cap as well. So, and tell him about her record, and we told him that we have a gelding or a horse in the stud, and I told him that she's beaten his record. Apparently he's a jumper. I told him that he's a jumper, and the difference is she's a flat and he's a jumper. There's the only difference between the two horses. She beat his record in her racing career, but she's a flat and he's a jump. I told him that he won 24 of 32 starts, and I told him her record, and so I said that she beat his record, because he was the highest record he's the highest record in the stud between the geldings and the stud. He's the highest he's a hurdler. Of all the hurdlers, he's the highest of the highest record. But Rinks is a jumper or flatter, so she's beaten his record. This is incredible. I mean, seriously, she won 37 races plus 33 consecutive wins and 25 Group 1s, which is absolutely outstanding and very incredible achievement, and so absolutely incredible. And she's going to be meeting up with Invincible Sun at the end of the year in Yarraman Park Stud. I've already mentioned all this to you already, folks, on my Irish National Stud log, Twitter, my Irish National Stud log on my videos. I was just saying to you now, I just mentioned it to you again because I was talking to your man about her downstairs, the guy who's looking after us here in the B&B. Just trying to explain to you about her record, about the amount of wins she won. But she's an absolutely incredible racehorse. But he's very astounded by a story. I told him that I met her trainer. So but we flew the whole way from Australia, which is a very long way to come. Very long way to come. But anyway, we're thinking of go down to Ayr Square in a while, maybe look around the shops, and we may go for a burger or something like that, and in a while later on. Apparently there's no English stations to the TV, so it's a good thing I recorded the soaps at home. It's a good thing I recorded the soaps at home, because there's only a few hour stations in the TV. There's not much to they had no TV in the other side. In the other TV, in the other bedroom, they have no TV at all. They have no TV facilities in the other bedroom. They've only TV facility in this room. There's none in the other room at all. So the TV facilities in this room, but it's not helpful because they don't have the stations. So so it's just as well we bought our computer, and I bought my memory box so I can look at my videos and stuff. It keeps me busy and stuff as well. Look at my stud and look at my Mr. Ed. I don't know whether you've heard of Mr. Ed any folks, but it's a kind of a comedy series that was out in the 60s about a talking horse. So
you can watch it on the computer.
Huh?
You can watch it on the computer.
That's what I'm saying. I said I can have my computer and I can look it up on my computer, on my memory box, to keep me occupied. So if you haven't heard of the Mr. Ed, it's a TV series that was on back in the 60s, and it was a talking horse. Mr. Ed was played by a Palomino saddlebred horse, saddlebred gelding horse, gelding horse. Well, he looks more like a thoroughbred to me, if you ask me. But looking at the series, he actually looked more like a thoroughbred. He looks more like the horses in the stud. He looks really like the horses in the stud, and the horses in the stud are thoroughbreds. He looks more like a thoroughbred than a saddlebred. I'm not sure what a saddlebred is. He looks like a thoroughbred, doesn't he? The horse that plays Mr. Red.
Yeah.
He actually does look like a thoroughbred, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And under his file it says saddlebred.
Mm-hmm.
It says saddlebred under his file. Gelding.
Uh-huh.
Saddlebred. Saddlebred gelding. That's what it says on his file. It doesn't mention anything about thoroughbred. It doesn't say thoroughbred.
No.
It says saddlebred.
Saddlebred, huh?
Yeah, and he looks more like a thoroughbred. He looks really like a thoroughbred.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's exactly the same. He looks exactly the same as the horses in the stud. Doesn't he though?
Yeah.
He's exactly the same type of shape body as the ones in the stud.
Athletic, yeah.
Athletic and everything else.
Big and tall, yeah.
Exact same shape body as the horses in the stud. Excuse me. Sorry folks. Exact same as the ones in the stud. Exact same shape body as the ones in the stud.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a Palomino horse, by the way, folks. And he had a very unusual name. He had a funny name. He's called Bamboo Harvester. Bamboo Harvester was his name, and the credits they put beside his name, Mr. Ed, the character, they put beside it himself. They didn't put the actual actor who played him. They didn't put the actor's name who played played Mr. Ed. They didn't put the actual real name of the actor who played him. They just put beside Mr. Ed the character and himself, as playing himself. They didn't put the actor who played him. They didn't put the voice, the name of the voice who played Mr. Ed. They just put himself beside that character's name, Mr. Ed. They didn't. The actor wanted to keep himself anonymous. They didn't want the what they call it. The producers didn't want didn't want the viewers to know who was playing Mr. Ed. They wanted the producers wanted people to make people think that Mr. Ed was playing himself. They didn't want name. The actor who was doing the voice, he didn't want anyone to know who. They didn't want the viewers to know who knew. They didn't want his name. He didn't want his name in the credits.
His real name, yeah.
He didn't want his real name in the credits. But it's beside his character, beside his character, Mr. Ed. He wanted to just put himself in the credits. He didn't want his name down in the credits. He just wanted the word himself, as the saying is like Mr. Ed's playing himself. You know, so beside the character Mr. Ed, it says himself.
Yeah.
As the saying like Mr. Ed's playing himself. He didn't want to put the producers didn't want to put the actor's name beside Mr. Ed, as in the actor who's playing the voice.
Yeah, yeah.
They just put himself, as the same Mr. Ed's playing himself.
Yeah, yeah.
They didn't want to put the actor who's playing the voice beside Mr. Ed in the credits.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand.
And I don't know why he wanted the actor wanted to remain anonymous in the credits. He didn't want anyone to know his name. But I was watching the interviews on YouTube, and I found out who the actor was. Eventually, I actually found out what the actor's name was, who was playing the voice of Mr. Ed, and the interviews on YouTube. You know, when I started watching the Alan Young interviews, I found out who the actor was who was playing him.
Yeah.
The voice, but I can't remember his name now.
Okay.
It was Ray something or other. I can't remember his full name. But he also, the actor who did the voice of Mr. Ed, he also acted in westerns. He did westerns as well. He did a few westerns as well. He wasn't only the voice of Mr. Edling. He also did. He also starred in westerns, western movies and stuff. He did a few movies, you know, as well. Like he wasn't only just the voice of Mr. Ed. He did a few westerns, western movies, you know. But anyway. But so it's actually quite funny. So if anyone is into that kind of who's into horses or who's into comedy, you fall off your chair laughing at that. I tell you that. It finished 2 years before I was born, 1966, and about a few years later, after the series had finished, the horse had been euthanized, due to he had a few health issues after the series finished. He had a few health issues, including arthritis. Arthritis was one of them, and I think lemonitis was another one. And he was 20 years old. He would have been 21 that year. In 1970 he died, and so so he had been euthanized. He had to be put down. He had a few health issues before. So a few years after the series finished, he had to be put down. So it was very, very tragic. 1966 was the last year. It was the last year it was on. It was 2 years before I was born that it finished. But the reason how I saw it is because I was showing repeats on telly, reruns. They're showing on repeats, reruns.
Yeah.
Reruns on telly.
Yeah.
You know, it was on the afternoons. They showed on the afternoons on TV. You know, the reruns, repeats. That's how I saw it when I was younger. You see, they always showed repeats on telly. All these old classic TV series, TV shows. You know, you know the way they do it all with Only Fools and Horses, and you know that what they call it.
They do it for loads of things.
They do loads of things.
Yeah.
You know that one foot in the grave and all that kind of stuff. All that kind of stuff.
Some others
Some others do have them. So they did the same with Mr. Ed. You see, so that's how I saw it. You see, because I was showing repeats.
Keeping up appearances and all.
Keeping up appearances and all of them. Yeah. So that's how I saw it. You see, because it's always showing repeats of it. See, but I wasn't born when it was on first. You see, I wasn't even in. I didn't even exist when it was first out. You see, because I was only born 2 years after it finished. 1968. I was only born 2 years after it was born. After it finished, 1968. I was only born 2 years after it finished, 1968. It finished 1966. You see. It's only it only ran for 6 years, but for 6 seasons. It only went for 6 seasons.
Yeah.
6 seasons. So it only ran for 6 seasons.
That's all, yeah. But loads of episodes. There must be 100 episodes.
140.
Is there?
45 or something like that. 145 or only 200 or something like that. I think it's about 200 episodes. Something like that. So a lot of episodes, So I'm looking forward to getting the DVD. I hope it's there when I get home. But I hope the DVD is there when I get home. Because I'm dying to get it, Lynn. Keep the camera. I'm dying to get it, Lynn. I'm actually dying to get it now. Can't wait to get it. I'm really dying to get it. But anyway, enough of that, Mr. Ed. I can't go. See, once I talk about something, I can't stop.
You've been talking about yourself for the last 8 minutes.
Once I start talk about something, I can't stop. It's just so funny. I just can't help myself. It's just so funny. It's just a hilarious program. I just can't stop talking about it. I just can't stop. It's just a hilarious program. I've been glued to it now for months now. I'm watching back-to-back episodes of it now on my memory box. You see, because I downloaded it on YouTube. You see, I found it on YouTube and I put all different playlists. I luckily found all the 6 seasons on different playlists. I found all the 6 seasons on different playlists. But unfortunately, the episodes are not in the right order. They're all mixed up. All the episodes are not in the right order. They're all mixed up. But I have all 6 seasons, but they're not in the right order. And I don't have all the episodes. There are some missing, so that's one reason why I want to get the DVD, because there's some episodes are missing. But I have 6 seasons there, but they're all mixed up. All the episodes are mixed up, but I don't have all the episodes there. But I have most of them anyway. But I haven't got all of them. But and there's something to watch when there's nothing on telly. It's something worth watching. And I often, you see, I get up early before Liam does. I get up at 10 to 8 or something in the morning. So I get up early and watch my Mr. Ed while he's in bed, conked out in his coma. He gets up at 11:30. So I get up at 10 to 8. I make myself a mug of tea and watch my Mr. Ed. I'm happy as Larry. I'm happy as Larry. I've been giggling and laughing for the last 2-3 hours or something in the morning, but all that, waiting for Liam to get up. So yeah. So So if it's still early. Did you still want to go downstairs?
Yeah, I'm going to rest, It's only 5:10.
5:10. All right. So it's too late.
You'll be talking for almost 20 minutes.
20 minutes.
She could talk for Ireland.
Sorry, I can't stop laughing. This is a hilarious program. I suppose once I stop talk about something, I can't stop talking about it. It's just so funny. But anyway, so I presume is there any middle-aged people or any people around my age group that are watching this will probably know Mr. Ed. Anyone that's around my age group who watch YouTube or watch my log will probably would be familiar with Mr. Ed, or who used to watch Mr. Ed back in the day, who was into horses anyway, but no, Mr. Ed, who probably would have heard of Mr. Ed, whoever watches my YouTube, who's around my age, around 50s, 60s, will probably know Mr. Ed anyway, or I would have heard of it anyway. It's a hilarious program. But we're going up to our square. She's gone cold.
Pause here.
So folks, I'll catch you later on. Thank you folks, bye.